So we're going to be taking a blank site, selecting a theme for the site, show you how you can update some of the styling colors, and then how you can insert a text box, how you can insert images, how you can embed web pages and web content, and then also how you can select content that's sitting on your Google Drive and embed that on your page so it's viewable within the page content. So that's all coming up. In the previous lesson, we selected sites.google.com, created a blank site. So this lesson, we're going to do some more customizations using the insert option to the site. We had already created 2 pages, so we've got a home page and a second page. So let's go back to insert. And from here, you can insert the various elements on the page. By default, the template and the theme is already going to have some styling and some elements existing. So you have an option to select these. You can change them, you can delete them, you can update, you can edit the text. So all of this is available. If you do select to edit the text, you're going to get a WYSIWYG text editor, which is going to allow you to customize the font size, the different font styling, bold. There's also aligning it, and there's some more options here as well if you want to indent the text, strike through, or clear the formatting. So the color, if you want to change the color of the line, that's going to be sitting within the theme, and that's because we're using the impression theme. So selecting the different themes will give you an option for customizing how that particular element is going to look. So going back down to the themes, if you do want to customize the color in this part of the theme, this line is going to be red. So you can select it to be yellow, green, gray, black, or yellow. You can select different colors as well. So that's all available under the themes. So going back to insert, within the main display area, this section is completely blank. So if you want to insert a text box, you can click text. And what this will do is this is going to insert a text box in the next available element. So it's stacking the elements, and if you insert another one, that's going to be inserted underneath. Once it's inserted, you have an option to move them around. So if, for instance, you want to move the second one above the first one, you just drag it and drop it. And it's a nice drag and drop interface, so you can customize where the text is going to sit on the page. At any time, you can select the text. That's going to open up the editor for the text, so you can customize how this text is going to be displayed, the font, the size, the styling for the text. You also have an option to select colors. In the right-hand side, you're going to get a little pop-up menu that's going to allow you to select the colors, so allowing you to have the various theme styles of colors for the text areas. And then you can customize these as needed. If you find that this text box is a little bit too wide, you can also always narrow it down. And also you can move other text boxes into the empty areas as needed. So you can really customize how your content is going to get displayed on the page. So selecting the text boxes is going to give you the option for the themes and the colors. So for this one, let's set the style back to style number 1. And now this styling is going to be the same across both of them. You can always drag this one out, update the styling of it, and as soon as you drag it into the main element, it's going to take the styling of the first element within that line. So you can't have 2 different styles on one line of the elements. If you want to insert an image, inserting an image, you select Insert Image, where you can upload an image from your computer, or you can select an image. Selecting the image will open up your Google Drive, and I'm going to select one of the images that I have on my drive. And you have all of the same image options to make the selection of the images. You can also select under Embed, which allows you to embed a URL onto the page. So if you have a URL that you want to use, what it's going to do, it's going to embed the web URL. It's going to give you either a whole page or a preview. And once you do an insert, it's going to insert and embed the whole page into the website. If there are any blocks that you want to move around, you can always select them and move them. You also have all of the options for the color options for the blocks of code, and you can also duplicate the sections and delete the sections. So that will just clear out the section, and then you can start again if you wanted to insert them from the insert. There's also from the drive. So what you can do is you can select a document from your drive. So if you have some Google Sheets that you want to insert, you can select it. You can select multiple items. You can also select the ones that have been shared. So just as you would within your Google Drive, the recent, the starred, and the computers, and shared with me. So I'm going to just select the one and insert a spreadsheet into the doc. And the way that it will display the spreadsheet, so it will have all of the different sheets as tabs there at the bottom. So the users coming to your website can see the sheet contents. So let's take a quick preview and see how this looks. So this is on the second page, and this is how a user would be able to see the spreadsheet content. They're able to click the tabs at the bottom to navigate to the different sheets. If the sheet has more content, you can roll down and scroll down and get the sheet content. They also get the option to open it up within a brand new page. So if they don't want to look at it as embed into your site, they can open it up on a separate page and see all of the sheet content. And you can also apply some styling and also do some resizing to the sheet content. So I'm going to move it just up here. I'm going to shrink it down so it fits in the same as the image, and I'll make the image slightly larger. And now let's do a preview of that and check out what that's going to look like on the page. So it does a full responsive design with the sheet content. So even if we shrink it down to mobile, it will naturally resize the sheet content as viewable within the web page, trying to stick to as much as what you've set within the design window as possible. So in this case, it is keeping both columns and on the tablet, but not on the mobile phone. And then on the large screen, of course, we do see the both columns present. So go ahead and try it out. Select some content from your Google Drive, embed it on your sheet, add some images, and update some of the theme styling, and you can be ready to move on to the next lesson.